What's good, everybody? It's Pursuit. Today we're going to be talking about some Pascal Siakam trades. So, without further ado, let's get started. I have a couple different destinations on my mind. I think Dallas, Atlanta, Golden State, Indiana, and Sacramento. The first trade I got is a big three-teamer, and I actually really like this one. I get to get it myself. So we got the Warriors giving up Andrew Wiggins, Gary Payton, and Jonathan Kuminga for Siakam. The Mavericks giving up Tim Hardaway Jr., Maxi Kleber, Jaden Hardy, and a second-round pick for Andrew Wiggins and Gary Payton II. And obviously the Raptors just give away Siakam, who ends up in Golden State. My first thought with this trade is that I love the Mavericks taking a shot at Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins has really had a terrible season, but he'd be really useful for the Mavericks to be a wing defender. I think they still need some more defense, so I'd love it personally if I was the Mavericks. I'd take that shot, even if Andrew is on a bit of a questionable contract. Gary Payton too is gonna bring some defense. He's in that same like Dante Exum role, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Worst case scenario, he just stays off the bench. For the Warriors, I love the Pascal Siakam fit for them. Personally, if I was the Warriors, I think I'd do this deal. The only tough thing to lose here is Jonathan Kuminga because I think he'll be a really great young player. But I think Siakam's going to be able to play so well connectively with Steph, Clay, and Draymond, and I think by doing this trade here, you're giving them some more time to commit to this, this title chase. Potentially the last couple titles of this Golden State Warriors organization. For the Raptors, you get Tim Hardaway Jr., who's like whatever, and him and Max Kleber were basically just contracts here. They're decent role players. The Raptors wanted to retool, and the other two are Jonathan Kuminga and Jaden Hardy, who are going to be some pretty decent. Jonathan Kuminga obviously is going to be better. I think he's going to be near All-Star level, and Jaden Hardy is going to be one of those just bench guard creators, and maybe he'll be more in the future. Second round pick too is whatever, another asset. And the reason why the value the Raptors get in return is not maybe the best is that, well, he's in the last year of his deal. He could opt out of that player option. And I just think it's not really gonna, it would suck, if you're the Warriors, if you give all this up and then he just leaves to go join like the Spurs or something. There's a team with cap space, so that's something definitely that limits a Pascal Siakam deal. The next trade I got is to the Hawks, and the Raptors are giving up Siakam to the Hawks for DeAndre Hunter, Patty Mills, AJ Griffin, and a second round pick. Again, not a haul, not something the Raptors would want, but I think this is more realistic for the Hawks to give up. As a Hawk, as a member of the Hawks front office, I probably would have no difficulty giving this up. I'd be like, okay, alright, take it. I'll take Siakam. They're just trying a lot to try and stay relevant and just get some fits in there, and I think Siakam would help them defensively a lot, patching up some of those holes. But the one problem I see with him in Atlanta is that it's just too much for Trae Young, because I don't think Trae Young is going to be able to coexist as well off the ball, which we've already seen a little bit of a teaser of with DeJounte Murray, but he's going to play well connectively, and in those, he's going to do all the little things it takes to win because he's an experienced player like that. It's just, I don't know how much I love it for the Hawks. Like, he's a great player, obviously, and that's what they did with DeJounte. The fit was questionable, but, they made the deal. For the Raptors, DeAndre Hunter's like, he's on like 4 years, $20 million a season, so he's going to be like a good role player, not most. Patty Mills is really just there for the contract. The Raptors could waive him if they wanted. AJ Griffin is nice. I would like AJ Griffin as a Raptors fan. He's going to bring some shooting, do some defense, and he's still pretty young, so he's got time to grow. And a second round pick, which is just like, whatever. with some draft compensation. Next one I got is him to the Kings. Kings are going to get Pascal Siakam for just Harrison Barnes, Kevin Huerter, Davion Mitchell, and a second round pick. I love this for the Kings. I think the Kings need another offensive option. I didn't like when they brought Harrison Barnes back. I just thought it was a mistake. I thought they'd rather throw their money at someone like Kyle Kuzma or like Jeremy Grant, just to really raise the ceiling of the group. But I guess their plan was to just bring everybody back, which is not terrible. I'd be okay with that. But Harrison Barnes is aging. He doesn't really mean that much to the team besides defense. Really here for the contract. Kevin Huerter would hurt to see go. He's one of the assets that I would try to keep if I was the Kings. But really, it's in this situation, stuff like this is not going to happen. It's not going to be very easy to trade for someone without giving stuff up, right? And that's the thing. Kevin Huerter's going to bring you some stuff shooting, big shooting guard. I mean, the Raptors could always flip him for some more stuff later. And Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell, I liked him coming out of, I think it was Baylor. Yeah, Baylor. But I did not like the Kings drafting him. I really wanted to see him somewhere else. And it's been a process of figuring it out in Sacramento for him, but I just don't really value him that much as a King. I mean, who else you got coming off the bench? He's going to give you some energy, he's going to give you some great defense, but hey man, Pascal Siakam trumps all. Next one I got is to the Pacers for Buddy Hield, TJ McConnell, Jarris Walker, and a second round pick. This one was very difficult to put together because there were a lot of different options, so don't tear this trade apart. I know Pacers fans would not want to be getting rid of Jarris Walker, but Pascal Siakam is a perfect fit with Tyrese Haliburton, and obviously it's going to cost something. So, you got to give something up. Get a great player in return. And Buddy Hield they've been shopping him for a while, so not the end of the world to get rid of Buddy Hield. Maybe you're promoting someone like Benedict Mathurin to play shooting guard, or maybe Bruce Brown. TJ McConnell was tough to see lose, but I have some confidence in Andrew Nembhard taking that spot. Jarris Walker is really the young player that the Raptors are taking a bet on here. At Indiana. Oh no, sorry, excuse me. Houston. He played Houston in college. And he's got a lot defensively with his versatility. He just hasn't seen too much time in the main roster. He's played a lot in the G League. I would like Siakam a lot with the Pacers with that quick offense, and really I think the Pacers need more defense too, so Siakam would be a perfect fit. It's going to give them a lot in that in-between area, which is something I think they lack a little bit. I think it's either, obviously they have a great historical offense, so I'm not critiquing it or anything, but I think they could use some more in that in-between mid-range zone, and I think Siakam will help them a lot in that area as well. And this one is just to the Mavericks, so there's no 13 here. Mavericks can give up Tim Hardaway Jr., Rashawn Holmes, Josh Green, Jaden Hardy, and a first-round pick. Mavs fans will probably say this is too much, and maybe I could cut out someone like Jaden Hardy, and this trade would still be doable, but as the Raptors, I would want, every little asset that I can get out of him. Tim Hardaway Jr. is really just a stationary shooter. He's going to bring you some stuff shooting the ball, and that's honestly pretty much it. So I wouldn't be too afraid to give him up. Rashawn Holmes hasn't really played. He's whatever. Doesn't really matter too much. Mostly for the contract. Josh Green, I had a lot of hope for Josh Green, man. And it's just tough because I really thought he was going to be great. I'm not cutting him off or saying he won't be great, but I guess this season is just really, I was expecting a lot of him. And he's not really having a great year, but he's still, 24 years old, so he's going to bring you some stuff defensively. Jaden Hardy is somebody that excited me coming out of the G League Ignite, and I think he still has another level to his game. But hey man, let me know what you thought about these trades. Do they interest you? Which one do you think is the most realistic? And hey, maybe like the video, if you enjoyed. It took me a long time to put these together, so I really appreciate it if you like, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.